Hello guys, welcome to new video. So in this video, we are discuss this question, granularity mismatch has a relationship mismatch. So in this question, we are doing these methods. First of all, I tell you about the question. There are two classes. First one is employee and the second one is address. And in the employee class, we have a address type variable. You can see here, this is our employee and employee contains a address. Address is our separated class. So this is a has a relationship in the Java. But how we can deal with database in this way? And we are doing these two methods, like two classes. We complete these two classes. After that, we are doing these operations. First one is the add employee. And in this, we are passing an employee in this. And we use the persist method for the saving our like all when we are pass the values that all values are saved in database. After that, the second method is we have a method for the get all employee list. So it returns the list of employees, and in this we can also fetch the data of address of each employee. And it's like when we want to print the only data of the employee, then we can print data. Otherwise, we can also print the address also. Okay. So the third method is get employee by address. So in this, we have two different classes like employee classes and address classes. So both are like one table is created for the both things. And in from the address table, we are passing a city in this. Okay. And at this city, all the employees that are belong to the city, they are come in the list of employee. Okay, so we get the employee list with passing when we pass the city. So the fourth one is return type is list of employee and get all employee with salary range. So we pass here initial salary and the end salary, and it returns the list of the employees. After that, last one is get employee name and salary. So we are fetching the two details here. First one is the name and second one is the salary. So the both type is different. First thing is string type and the second thing is integer type. So we can say that we get the two values and we want to fetch the data of a particular employee. So that's why we are passing the employee ID from here. And this is the different like return type, like one is string and second is int. So our return type is object of array. Like you know very well, object arrays can store anything like string, integer, float, all these things. Okay, so we are doing these things. So employee dot java इसको complete करना है, then we employee java, address java. So करते हैं start. So this is our mount class. So I click on this. So I created the Maun project. If you are not know like how we can create a Maun project, then the video in I button, you can refer this video for the all details till now. Okay. So here guys, I am copy from here, this one, form.xml. In this, we upgrade our Java 17. So it's already updated. You can see here, properties is for the Java 17 JRE, and the dependencies are added Hibernate dependency and MySQL connector. You can see here in the dependencies, all dependencies are here. So there are no need to use separate dependency like build path, all those things. Okay. So after that, in the resources folder, we have one folder here, meta-inf. In this, we are create a file here, persistent.xml, this file. Okay, so we are create this persistent.xml, and in this we are click on the file and new file, then persistent.xml, then finish, and in this we are put these data. Okay, and now the control S. So in this, first of the JDBC connector, first property. Second thing is our local host, and this is our database name. Employee has a, and the third thing is username. Fourth thing is our JDBC password, and the next thing is for the creation of the tables in our database. Like when we are add again and again data, then at the time this is update the value of our tables. Okay. If you are right here create, then all last data is dropped out and new one is created. So persistent unit name is also employee has a relation. Okay. So this is we can use when we are create a connection. Okay. So this is done. So guys, after this is the solution. First of all, I create this emutils.java, and here we are create a folder in the source. So this is our com.util package. This is empty till now. And in this, we are create a class emutils.java. So this is done. And in emutils.java, I simply paste this. So what is this? This is establish a connection between our database and our Java entity classes. So you can see here, first of all, we are declare a private static integer manager entity manager factory, and this is first of all null because I declare this value in static block because when our class is loaded at that time, this is loaded in our memory. Okay, so emf value is persistent dot create entity manager factory. So I am creating here entity manager factory, and our persistent unit name is employee has a relation. So that I explain here. You can see here persistent unit name employee has a relation. So I write here same thing. Okay, nothing else. And here I create a method for the returning the entity manager. When I call this method for emutils dot get entity manager, then it return the entity manager object. Okay guys, so this is simple thing. After that we are creating our classes. So this is simple address class. So I click on this, then I open my STS, and this is our model. And here I am creating a class. The name of class is address. Okay, address class is in this. I simply paste. So what is in this class? First thing is state, string type. Second is city. Third one is pin code. And fourth thing is the type. So the type of the address. And this is zero parameterized constructor, and this is the parameterized constructor. Simple getter setter method and override the toString here. Nothing. So now we are create one more class. The name of class here is employee class. Employee, and simple click employee.java. So finish. So this is our employee class. In our employee class, we are copy our employee class from here, and one time I paste this, then I explain to you. So guys, in this, first of all, ignore these two things. Okay, and also ignore this at the rate those things, this thing also. So consider this class like when this annotation is not here, then this is simple employee class. You can see here employee ID, string name, salary, and the list of addresses. You can see here this is a has a relationship, and in our database there are no any concept of has a relationship. We can join our tables with the help of join, inner join, outer join, these things. Okay, but we cannot join like it has a relationship. So this granularity mismatch come in the picture. So this is like I am creating here our entity class. Entity class is class that in this like class we deals with the database. Okay, we are not need to create like a prepared statement, and we deals with the database. Here we are interacting with our database with our classes. Okay, so this is our entity classes, or there are some names query is also available. These queries, like the name of this query is employee.get salary. This can be xyz also. This is a name given by me. Okay, and this is the query select ename salary from employee where employee id. This is the parameterized, like this is parameter. Okay, in this we declare like dot employee id, so we can set the parameter in this way. Okay, so this is the annotation, like in the prepare statement we are write like question mark na, so that's why in this we are write in this way. So this is deal with our entity classes. Okay. So guys, this is named query. When we use the named query, we use named query when we need the queries again and again in each classes. So for the avoiding the long queries, we can declare the query in our class. Okay. At the annotation, we can use the annotation at named query, and we give the name of that query and we can pass the query. At that time we use this query, we can simply use this name. Okay, so I explain to you further in the video. So after that employee class, this is auto generated ID. So that's why I at the right ID means this is the primary key. Okay, database को बताना भी पड़ेगा ना कि primary key कौन सी है इसके अंदर. So this is auto generated strategy is equal to generation type auto. So you can also write here identity, those things. I am right here auto for the avoiding the creation of the third table, like second table. So employee ID, name, salary, and this is the address of, this is the list of addresses. Like one employee can have many addresses, like his home address, his office address, his school address. He can pass many address that he want to pass. Okay, so after that we use a annotation here at the rate element collection. So this is unnecessary. We use for the like holding the value more than one. Okay, so that's why we are passing here list. After that, simple get setter methods and the override of the tush, nothing else. So now control S, दोनों class complete हो चुकी है. And this name query we are also discuss in brief way in video. So after that, guys, this is done. Then we deal with employee DAO class. Employee DAO. Okay. So here some methods are given. So employee DAO.java. This is our DAO package. And click on this class employee DAO.java. These are the 5 methods that I explained in at the starting of the video. And these I explain one by one for the better understanding. So first of all, I comment out these all things. So these all things are in the description. You can check also the Notion notes. So now we are create one more class. That class for the deal with our user interface. So this is employee.DAO and this is our main that we start our code. Copy main.java. And in this UI main, we are create a class. The name of class here is main.java. And in this, I paste the same thing. Okay. Control S. So these are method are not like present. So that's why we give the red symbol. So थोड़ी देर red symbol देंगे, अब नहीं देंगे. So control S. So guys, first of all, we deal with the first method. So we are creating a employee DAO class. In our employee DAO class, we have different methods. So first method is add employee. This is non-static method. So that's why we are creating an employee DAO object. Okay. So first of all, what I am doing here, I am creating an employee DAO class like employee DAO object. Employee DAO, emp DAO is equal to new employee DAO. And we are creating an empty employee here. Okay. So we are passing the value with the help of getter setter methods. Okay. Because we want to set the value of different we want to set the value in different method. We can use this employee in different ways. So that's why I'm writing here simple empty employee. So we can use the setter method now. So first method is add employee in database. So this is our employee DAO, emp DAO dot add employee. Can I pass like can I call this method employee DAO dot add employee and passing the empty employee in this. So in first method we are the add the employee. So you can see here we are creating an entity manager connection like entity manager em is equal to em utils dot get entity manager. You can see here em utils dot get entity manager that I told you, like when we need the connection that at time we can take the connection and it return the entity manager. So this is coming here entity manager. After that we are adding the data in our database. So this is a we create transaction area for doing this operation. So first of all we are right here em.get transaction.begin and em.get transaction.complete and em.close. And if this is successfully done, then we return employee added successfully. I explain this thing. Wait 1 minute. So it return employee added successfully. And in the main Java, this method return the employee added successfully, and we print this thing, okay, here. So now here you can see employee.java. Here what I am doing here. So empty employee is coming. So first of all, emp.set name Hoshiarjani, emp.set salary. We are set the salary and name with the help of setter methods. After that, you know very well, in the employee class, we have list of address. So if I call this address, like when we use the getter method for calling this, then I get a empty address now. So in the empty array list, we can fill the value. So I am doing the same here. So first of all, employee.get address. So it give the return of list of addresses. Okay. And this is still empty. Then I am adding a address. List.add. I am passing a address in this. So new address, and I am using the constructor here. Okay. So passing 4 values. Now I am calling emp.get address. Then again, now it is not null. It's contain the one address. Then again I am adding one value. Then again I am adding one address here. So this is home, this is office, this is farmhouse address. So we can add many address. Like we want to give 10 address, then we can give easily here. So after that, guys, here you can see here our employees completed. We pass the whole address value and employee value. Then I am writing a em dot persist. So this is our em entity manager dot persist, and I am passing this employee. So यहाँ तक ये empty था, but now it, like in this employee, we fill these values in our employee and we persist this, and then transaction is commit. So now we can say that our employee is successfully added in our database. So we run our program for the better explanation. So run program. Employee added successfully. So I open the MySQL. So I add the data further. So there are maybe 3 data till now. So databases. So why do we perform this? What is the database name? Employee has a this one. Use employee has a show tables. So there are sequence employee, employee address, and Hibernate sequence. So after that, select star from employee. So there are 3 employee. These 2 employee are added. Like for when I create these things, that at the time I add the 2 things here, and this one is I added now. Okay. After that, select star from employee ADDRESS address. So there are like employee 1 has 3 addresses, employee 2 has 2 addresses, and employee 3, this one is 3 addresses that we are pass here. Okay. So like there are 2 tables is created in the database. Okay. And this is our primary key and foreign key, you can see here. Okay. Parent table and child table. So guys, this method is done. We can persist our data in this way. After the second method is this, we comment out this method for the avoiding add employee again. So now our second method. Second method is here. The name of method is, it gives the list of employee. So in the main method, how I call this? This is our second method. So I am creating emp.get all employees. Okay. And in this, I am writing here get all employee. It returns the list of employee. And first of all, I create entity manager. Then I create a typed query. So what is the benefit of the typed query? So this is the child of the query. Okay. So typed query, in the typed query, we can pass the class name. So like when we return this query, then it gives the result in which way. So we are declare this thing in the type query. So at the time, there are no need to do the downcasting. Okay. So that's why we are using the type query here. So we know very well when we create this query, em dot create query, select e, this is our employee alias name, select e from employee. So it return this whole employee now. So and it return the employee dot class. Okay. So here we should like here we declare like type query and return type is employee. So here we can store this employee in the list of employee because the we are fetching the data of the all employees. So I am creating a list here because why I am creating this list? Because when there are no data present in this our database, so at that time, if I return the null, because but here is the return type is list of employees. So this give the exception. So that's why I am creating a array list here. If this is empty, still it returns the list of the employees. So that's why I am creating nothing else. So query dot get result list, it return the employees list of employee. You can see here I am declaring here and that I am using employee here. Same thing here. So query dot get result list, it return the list of employee. So now I am returning the employee. So I am creating here separate, nothing else. Because if zero employees are here, so it return the null value and its return type is list of employees. So it throw the exception. So for the avoiding exception, I am doing this. Like we can return empty list also. So then I am returning the employees here. So done. And in the UI, how we can deal with this method? Like we are storing this method in list of employee. And if list dot size is not equal to 0, then we are performing this operation. Otherwise, we can simply say that no employee found. And in this, I am using here stream operation like list dot for each and x. This contain our all employee, like or each employee, not all employee or each employee. So system dot out dot println x dot get employee id, x dot get name, x dot get salary, and x dot get addresses return the list of addresses. You know very well because get addresses is contain 4 values: city, pin code, state, those all things. So it return the address of list. Again, I am using the for each loop for the printing the data. Address dot for each, and this a contains the each address. System dot out dot println a, and this is for the line separation. So I run this. At the time you understand like what is happening in this. So first is Hushar. There are 3 addresses. Second is Mukesh. There are 2 addresses. And third thing is Hushar Singh. This has like Hushar Singh has 3 addresses here. So here we can print the data in this. So this method is also done, guys. कोई भी डाउट आपको लगे तो कमेंट सेक्शन में भी आप बता सकते हो, तो उसको इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश करूंगा. So the third method is fetch the employee list by address. So we are passing a string value here. Like in our list, you can see here there are 2 tables, employee and addresses. And in this, if I passing the Sirsa, so all the employees that belong to this city, so those all are printed in the form of the list of the employee. Okay, so I am doing this control S, and I am doing the same thing here. Okay, it returns the list of employee. If the list is 0, then we not equal to 0, then we are doing this operation. Otherwise, no employee found. So I am printing the same thing here like that I explained. So I again comment out this method, and we are opening the third method here. Control S. So it return the list of employee, get employee by address, string city, and entity manager connection em utils dot get entity manager. And I am again return the type query. It return the employees and the variable name query em dot create query. So we can use the create query like this way, and also we can pass the name query. Next example, we are discuss the name query like next to next. So select e from employee. Like here I am joining the address table to our employee in this way. Guys, see here. State E. E is alias name of our employee class. Select E from employee. like we are selecting the all employee means of this is we cannot use the star in this like JPQL queries. Select E from employee E, join E dot address, employee dot address. We are written only this because we want to join our employee to our address. So that's why I am writing in this way. So this is maybe confusing for you. Like select E from employee, like I am here, I am selecting all the employee and join कौन सा करना है वो बताना है. E dot address, we want to join the address A, where A dot A is our address alias name, where A dot city is equal to, this is the parameterized, okay, parameterized name, okay. So colon city. So how we can give the value of city? We are passing a string city here. So it return the employee dot class. So comma and employee dot class, and this query dot set parameter, and I want to set in this colon city. So that's why I'm writing a string city. Then I am passing the city here. So parameterize is done. After that, it returns the employees and new array list. This is the empty. Why I am creating empty? Because if there are no employee exist from the particular city at that time, it gives the null value and its return type is employee list. So if it return the null value, so then it gives the exception. Like we cannot say like it gives the null value, it gives some exception type. So because null value can be written type, okay, but the some exception is coming at that time. There are no employee found. So that's why I am creating empty array list. If employee exists, then okay. If not exist, then also okay, because we return the employee list that can be empty, that can be contain some employees. So employees is equal to query dot get result list. So done. This method is also done. And like in this, what I am passing here from the main method. This is main method, and I am passing here from Sirsa, and I run this program. So there are 3 employees from Sirsa. Here I am writing here Mangat. So like there are 1 employee from the environment. So there are, and if I am printing the anything else, so at that time, no employee found at that time, no employee found. So that's why GARH. Okay. So third method is also done. We can fetch the data from the passing the city also. The next method is fetch the employee list by the salary range. Okay. So in this, it also written the employee list. So list by salary, and I am passing the 2 salaries, 50,000 to 1,50,000. Okay. And again, I am first of all printing system.out.println, like we get the list of employee now. So we are printing the size. Like if 2 employee, then list dot size means 2 employee found, 0 employee found. Okay. So that's why I am writing here for the better explanation. If list is not empty, then we are doing the same operation for the printing by the stream, and otherwise we are printing no employee found. So control S. Now we are discuss the fourth method. So I comment out this, done, and here I am creating query again, and the next method we are use the named query also. So this method get all employee by the salary and start salary and end salary. First of all, entity manager, then list of employee, empty array list, then typed query, it return the employee, and em dot create query, set select E from employee where E dot salary greater than, this is the named annotation, and E dot salary is less than end salary, and return the employee dot class. So now we can set the parameter. Query dot set parameter. First name is like here you can see colon start salary. So start salary we are writing in the string type, and we are passing start salary, and set parameter query dot set parameter end salary, we are passing the end salary. Then employee is equal to query dot get result list. It return the list of employee, and we are simply passing the print the like return the employees list. So I run this also 50,000 to 150. So there are 3 employees found. 150, 120, and 150. So this method is also done. After that, last method is for the named query. So this is our last method. And in the main, we uncomment this. So guys, here employee.get name and salary. We are fetching the data only name and salary of the employee, and we are passing here employee ID. Okay, we need the data of employee ID, so we return the one result. Okay, and this type is object type of array. Because why I am creating object type? Because name is string type and the salary is integer type. So that's why object type array can be handled this type of different values. Okay, so after that we can store in the name string name, and we are downcast the array of 0. In the array of 0 we have string value name, and array of 1 we have the integer value. So I am storing integer and I am simply print the name and salary. So how this method is working here? So it return the get employee and name. I am passing employee ID, entity manager, get entity manager. So here I am creating a typed query and I am using the named query. So this typed query is written the object type of array. So that's why I am writing here object dot class. And in the simple query, we are writing em dot create query, and here I am writing em dot create named query because I am passing here the name employee dot get name salary. So this is the simple name of our query, and this query I mentioned here. Named query, name of our query is employee dot get name salary, and this is our query. Okay, so when I use this name, at that time this query is executed. If I am using this name in the 10 classes, so at that time I can, like, this query is, I know this query is very small. If this query is like 3-4 lines, so this is like good, we are writing these queries again and again. So at that time we use the names of these queries. Okay, so we declare the named query in our entity class. Okay, and if you have more than one queries, then you can also like at the rate named queries. Okay, otherwise you can also write single at the rate named query. And in this you can see here I am passing create named query. The name of query is employee dot get name salary. Okay, because we need the name and salary, so that's why this name is useful, like match to the data that we want to fetch, get name and salary. So object dot class and query dot set parameter in the emp id. So you can see here in this query I am declaring a parameter here. So set parameter emp id is equal to I am passing emp id and return query dot get single result, because you know each employee has unique employee id, so it return the single result list. So that's why I am simply write here query dot get single result list, or I am using typed query, so there are no need to do downcasting here. So it return the object type of array, and here I am converting downcasting. If you are print like simple array of 0 and the array of 1, then it is also printed, but these are the type of the at that time object type. It's good when you can convert this in string and integer type, because when you need to like perform some operation, like now our name is string type, I can use this operation dot to uppercase. Okay, so if this is not downcasting, so at that time control s, this gives the error. Okay, so that's why downcasting is जरूरी, बहुत जरूरी है भाइयों. So that's why we are creating the downcasting here. So now I run this program, so I get the uppercase name Hushiyar and the one employee ID Hushiyar, and this is salary. So from the, like, I explain the all methods. Hope you understand how this is working, and I hope you have no any doubt in these methods also. So these all notes are in the description. You can check also. So thank you so much. ये थी वीडियो पसंद आई तो लाइक कर सकते हो, दोस्तों के साथ भी शेयर कर सकते हो. चैनल पर नए हो तो चैनल भी सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हो ऐसी वीडियोस के लिए। सो नई नई वीडियोस भी आती रहेगी। तो दोस्तों मिलते हैं किसी न्यू वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए बाय।